yet. I'm just going to keep enjoying Egypt, working for the man every night and day. I'm going to keep enjoying that and be fine with that, because that opportunity over there, it scares me. Let me show y'all something about the situation with the children of Israel. The children of Israel were working their butts off for Pharaoh. The Bible says when he felt they were fixing to get ready to leave, he assigned taskmasters to them to work them even the harder. So then, what they were afraid of was actually the best opportunity they could ever have, because there was no work over in Canaan. The grapes were so big, they were so huge, because nobody had harvested them. Nobody had taken the opportunities. So the grapes were just sitting there growing. The land was just flowing with so much potential and so much greatness in it, because nobody was willing to go over there. Everybody's mentality was, let's just stay stuck like Chuck. The mentality was let's just watch Real Life Housewives of Atlanta today all day. Let's just do that right there, instead of trying to figure out how I'm going to set legacy, or trying to figure out how I'm going to do things to help the children. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Let's make sure that, instead of doing all of that, we're going to just waste our time, and we're going to just murmur, and we're going to complain, instead of seizing the opportunity. So they chose to be over here in a slave mentality, literally got frustrated when the Moses came through to say, listen, it's time to go. The Lord wants us out of this place. Let's move beyond. Let's go. It's time to shift to another place. Some of them got pure frustrated and aggravated, which means that not everybody is going to want to go. Fine. Not everybody is going to go. Fine. Some folks liked it, Egypt, but baby, let me tell you something. Egypt was terrible. Egypt was the place where they sweat at their brow. Egypt was the place where there was no freedom. Everything about them was dictated by someone. And so for people that, like we as a people, especially African Americans, that don't want to be told to do nothing by somebody, it is crazy to want to stay in Egypt. That's crazy to me. To be the type of, I'm grown, don't nobody tell me what to do, won't listen to half or nothing Pastor Lee say, none of that, all of that kind of stuff. But literally want to be in Egypt, I can't. I ain't ever been able to wrap my mind around that part, because Egypt means slavery. Egypt represents bondage. So they were literally running away from opportunity that was set for them, as to where there would be no more struggle. There would be no more hardship for them. But they were literally running away from it because they were wanting to stay in bondage. Again, I'm trying to help you. I'm going to tell you what the problem was. I'm going to read them to you again. The problem was, you can't help people that don't want to be helped. Number 2, you can't help people that don't want to be helped by you. Number 3, you can't help people that don't want to be helped yet. Number 4, you can't help people that don't want help that comes through you. Number 5, you can't help people that's not willing to do what it takes to get the help. That's why opportunity could not find themselves. It could not. God help me on this morning. Help me, Lord. That's the problem. That is why opportunity could not find itself. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for any of you if you actually think the place that you are in life right now is the bomb diggity, when there's so much more. You are to be content. Paul says in Philippians 4:11, not that I speak in respect of want. He says, I'm not begging for anything. But I have learned that in whatsoever state that I may be in, therewith to be content. He says, I've learned to be grateful for whatever I have. I've learned to be abased, he says, and I've learned to be abound. So I am grateful for whatever place that I am in, but I know that there's more. So what? I got $2,000, $3,000 in my savings, whatever, please. What is that? What is that when T.I. them probably got millions in theirs? So what is that? What is that? What is that when, if I have to drop a transmission inside that Lexus, gonna probably eat about $1,600 of that? So what is that? What is that? when there's one thing that can hit it and swallow it all up. Come on, please. What is that? So if you are in a place as to where you are just you good, right? Come on, you missing opportunities. You're missing. You missing. You missing. You are missing it. Any questions or any comments? Let me pull the chain for a second.
I keep hearing like people that don't want to receive help from you or anybody associated with you. That's just like, for instance, if a prophecy goes forward to somebody go and tell somebody something that they hear the Lord saying. And if they got a connection with somebody that they having beef with, and this person that goes to the person and tell them, well, the Lord said that so and so, I received that, they'll walk off, and the next thing you know, it'll get back to you. She just said that because she connected with Trim. She connected with somebody that knows something about this. That's an opportunity. Missed an opportunity to straighten up something because God sent a word and a warning to you. That ties in with that to me. That's all I keep hearing. People are miss an opportunity because they don't want to receive a word because they think somebody done told them something besides God.
Anybody else? What are y'all hearing this morning?
Help is a means of preparation. Without being prepared, you can't seize the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hear what she said? Help is a means of preparation. Did y'all hear that? Help is a means of preparation. It's preparing me for the opportunity. How many of y'all would love to have some opportunities? If you content where you are, be honest about that. You don't want nothing else to happen. Be honest about that. How many of you would love to have some opportunities?
I would.
But as you talking, when you look at it from just the way it's read off, instead of putting myself in the situation, once I put myself there, I realized that a lot of times I hinder myself and I'm holding myself back and robbing myself of opportunities. So it's like more so I can't worry about what somebody else do. I need to check myself first and then be able to move forward.
Opportunity. All right, let's bring some clarification to what she just said for the sake of understanding. All right. Now, if you are single, your opportunities are different than that of a married person. I kind of like to try to keep married people from going into I got to do what I got to do for myself. I try to keep them from going into that kind of mentality because I believe that's what has damaged so many homes. Is if I gotta go, how to equate the holler. If I gotta go by myself, I'll go. It's some element of truth to that, but then on another token, it's not. Because what happens in a family setting affects the family. What happens in a single setting, is just pretty much kind of somewhat of a single thing. Whereas when there's marriage, it's like it makes it double. It's like man, you really got to deal with the opportunities then. And what I mean is I'm gonna try to make sense out of what I'm saying. I hear it, but I gotta try to explain it out my head. It's double because you got two people that have got to come to a like-mindedness. They got to come to a common ground for the opportunity. It would, you know, if the opportunity, if one is pulling at the opportunity, the other one's not pulling at the opportunity, there's not a common ground. And so the opportunity is literally torn. The opportunity is, you know, and I hope that makes sense. The opportunity is literally torn because the opportunity is there, but it's torn. Part of it is here, part of it is there. So it's, on a literal tearing. So whenever there is a unit, a family unit, it has to be done in a whole unit context. It has to be an agreement all, across the board, even with any opportunity, because if not, then that opportunity is going to become something that tears up the house. It's going to cause a rift. It's going to create more problems, or create issues when it was supposed to have been an opportunity, but now it's a problem. It done caused us to argue. Now, it's done caused us to become separated. So as in when there's a marriage, there is like a whole entity. I can't just, my opportunities have to be that on the same token. I think that's some of the reason why it has always been kind of, I've always been kind of skeptical of people that, like a husband and wife, that have two different pastors. I'm still working that out to get like understanding on that context, because to me that's like two heads. If y'all understand what I'm saying, it's like that's two heads, and it's like, why would God need? Because everybody does things different, and so why would God need to be governing the house by two heads? So you got to be careful in the context of that. Anytime opportunities for my married people, anytime there is a desire for an opportunity, or an opportunity presents itself, bring it to the table, the whole table. Bring it to the whole table. I mean the whole table, because it cannot ever be, this is, I gotta, well, this is for me. I need to do this. And I'm not saying that, don't none of y'all think that I'm saying that's happening with the Colemans. I'm just throwing this out here in full context so that we all understand. Because some of my single people, including myself, I hope you're tied or not. And so these are nuggets that'll help us. Always bring it to the table, bring it to the whole table, sit down as a whole and count the cost of how this is going to impact. What is this going to do? So that opportunity does not have a struggle. The opportunity is not fighting. The opportunity is not torn. I want to do it, and the other one don't want to do it. I hope that made sense. Did that make sense?
I say yes. I definitely understand, because what scripture comes to mind, it says unity where there. Well, I'm gonna quote it the way I remember it. Unity is where the blessings are commanded. So you can't really unity within yourself, unity within your marriage, unity within a town, city, whatever it is. Without unity, there is an effectiveness of blessing. So I definitely get what you're saying.
Yeah. You have to be careful because it's such a play on words out here in society now. It's a play on words, and little things throw off a whole trajectory of stuff. Just one word can change a whole sentence, and taking on one mentality of thinking that, oh, okay, I can do this without having to consult them or what have you, can literally throw off the whole picture, the whole scope of everything that's going on. So, but
Yeah, even like the word I and we. I'm so used to saying, well, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. So even
mhm,
changing just the way I word stuff
mhm,
when I'm dealing with stuff, it make me
mhm,
think about, because it's easy for you to say, I'm gonna work on me and you work on you. That was
yeah,
one of the main things that I used to say is, I'm gonna work on me and you work on you. But also at the same time, it's like it's a separation put there, instead of saying we're gonna work on ourselves, or it's still ourselves. It's still. But I understand what you're saying.
Oh yeah. You have